Hello. Um, what is this? Oh, it's Juneteenth, 2024. And I've I wanted to make a video. I don't know how quick it's going to be because I went down a couple of avenues mentally today. Um, and let's just say, you could probably tell I'm broken out. I have a third eye up here, and I'm just I shaved, but immediately after shaving, I had a blemish down here. I'm oh, sorry. Essentially, the breakout started. It's so interesting. The breakout started when I got this. No, not that one. I'm taking a B6 complex for adult ADHD related reasons to see if I have any positive reactions to it or anything like that. But that's that. But this is a black container with a silver lid, which means it's a dietary supplement. And historically, dietary supplements are about apparently ultimate thermogenic fat destroyer. Anyway, because I have an appointment on the 25th, which is Tuesday of next week, to go in and get molded for my next leg. And I'm very happy about that. I'm also very worried that if I am at a particular girth when I go in and get molded and then I lose weight, I'm going to be in the same boat here, or the same boat with the new leg in short order that uh, that I am now with the old leg. And that I will need 2 or 3 cushiony socks on my clip in order to fit into it comfortably and all those wonderful things. But I a little apprehensive. And so I thought, okay, I want to lose some weight, so I got some Thermal Boosty dietary supplement stuff, as well as the B6 complex, which is supposed to, if it has a positive effect on my adult ADHD, then it'll also have a positive result on other accompanying elements like my anxiety and my appetite, because I do a lot of anxious eating. Yes, and compulsive eating, and very not very mentally healthy type of eating. So I was thought, okay, let's go all in on crash dieting, and knowing full well that it's a crash diet. It's like I could gain after, but my goal, my idea, my hopes and dreams is after I get the new leg is that I'm going to be much more active and I'm going to keep losing weight. And not that old shaft here is holding me back or anything, but I just got some rose-colored glasses on, and I'm very cognizant of that. But what did that lead to? That led to me. Oh, I was on it for about 3 days, but I could feel that my heart was like, dude, take a fiver. So all the last weekend, I wasn't on it. But I didn't get an opportunity to rest. So Monday, I had to call in. I was just physically exhausted. I do not think my heart could have taken any more uh, uh, stress, we'll say. And I don't think it would have been healthy. So it was not no reason, but it was such a busy weekend that I had nothing left, and it just would have. it would have killed me. Maybe. Maybe literally. I don't know. To just keep toiling on. But I was off the dietary supplement all weekend, and I've been off of it every day this week, which today is Tuesday. So it's been 4 days. Well, I've been noticing I've been going down some, excuse me, some depressing mental um, avenues. And it's very important in my position and condition to not do that. And I've been withdrawing, but to be honest, I've been withdrawing from the more depressing elements of this household. And and yeah, I've still been wrapping my mind around things. I'm excited about things. I'm happy about things, and I know that's not depression, but it's also I was going down some depressing avenues as well as being generally not unhappy. But I was thinking lately about how idealistic I was 2 years ago. About how I used to think about things, how I looked at my future, and now that the future's here, feeling like a failure, feeling like a disappointment. And honestly, I didn't know how to get out of that mental rut. So I do what I normally do, find a project that swings me by the tail that day. Sorry, I don't know why I'm stuffy. I'm not sick. Anyway, so I was going back to the old swim leg project idea, and testing on that has gone pretty well. I probably mentioned that in the previous video. But I was also looking up other alternatives, we'll say, as far as the swim leg, people who concept to completion type ideas about attachable fins to the clip side. I don't like the word stump. I know I've mentioned that before, but I'll reiterate, I hate the word stump. It feels incomplete, even though it's technically not complete. You call it a stump. It just rubs me the wrong way. It just has a negative connotation, and I know people are like, words are words, facts are facts, facts don't care about your feelings and stuff like that, but fuck you, it's my leg, I choose the word. You have a problem with that, piss off. Anyway, so I call it my clip. And I was going down that road, and then I came across something called they're called stubbies. Yeah. And this young guy, he was in great shape, but a double amputee above the knee. But he was wearing these things called stubbies that allowed him to walk on his clips. And in my mind, I can't even put pressure on it. It freaks me out. So I'm just looking at him, it's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And he's selling me, he's kind of, I guess, a salesperson or a spokesperson of some kind, trying to sell me on these things. On the YouTube video, it's very cool. And I was looking at it, I left a comment, I asked, I only have one missing leg, but sometimes the task calls for me to be on my knees, and I can only be on one knee. And in a moment like that, I would love to have a stubby, And I could walk on my knees anywhere. If I'm doing gardening, if I'm going under the bed, if I'm cleaning underneath things, I don't have to... Anyway, it would be helpful. Occasionally, it would be very helpful, and sometimes it's absolutely necessary. and I was going looking at that video, and I was looking at all the swim leg options on Pinterest, and I felt, I'm not sure what the word is, but I felt I was having a visceral reaction to it. It was an old familiar feeling when I had that inventive spirit. I looked at all these things, trying to come up with ideas, brainstorm, get my head around my situation. But this time, I don't consider myself any less adventurously inventive or anything like that. But I was, I was rejecting the feelings of seeing these people disabled and making it work and doing what they got to do and everything that I used to be all about, and they're doing it. And all at once I realized I'm depressed because I'm not here. I'm either in the future, but no, I'm constantly in the future. I'm not in the present. I'm afraid to be in the past. I'm not here. And that had me thinking, okay, I'm scared. And I wasn't before. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe I was so in the present before that there was no need to worry about the future or the past. But it was just me and building the life, building the new life that was going to be around being safe and disabled, but also building the new life that was going to be without alcohol, building it without too much thought or energy in what it was. Just building that life. And I don't think I'm building that life anymore. I'm inventive, I'm imaginative, I'm everything, but at a certain point, you get rebuffed. That your expectations of your own imagination, the reality sets in and it rebuffs your expectations, and you get gun shy about being a daydreamer, inventive. You get, reality has a way of rebuffing you, and I've become timid. I've become much more of a coward than I was. And getting off of the dietary supplement, I was also without the energy to convince myself otherwise. So I was getting depressed about it. I used to be emotionally satiated by simple minimalist or stoicist philosophy. And now I haven't looked at any of that for a long time. I feel like I'm doing fine without it. But am I? I feel like I'm not doing so well. I mean, I'm back in therapy. And even that, I don't have the idealism it takes to believe that that's going to go anywhere. But give me someone to complain to in the right now, so my friends don't have to hear it. And never really examining the heart of the matter. Why am I complaining? And the more videos I saw of people that were disabled, and the place in my heart that feeding off of their courage used to sustain me. And now I look at them and I feel pity. Who the hell am I? 2.5 years later, and I've become a different person. I mean, I'm happy to have become a different person 2.5 years ago, but since then, the cement isn't even drying on my new life yet, and I'm already shaping it in a depressing way. And I gotta stop it. I hope what I'm doing now, thinking about it, talking about it, and all that stuff, I'm hoping I am outsmarting it, because I did something that was uncomfortable. Looking at these videos and these pictures and these inventions and these things, and I resisted it. But once it was here again, I feel a little rejuvenated, honestly. I feel capable. I mean, I hope this feeling lasts. With me, it usually doesn't, but that's why I started making videos. It's like, I know me. It's in one ear, and within a matter of minutes, hours, days, or even weeks, if I'm lucky, it's out the other ear. Lately, I've been bemused to and complaining to my therapist that I don't feel like I have the right to be happy, and I also don't feel like I have the right to be sad. And after watching those videos again, my attitude just changes. Now I'm like, you're allowed to be sad. You just don't have a reason. Everybody's path is different. And some people with a higher tolerance for life's woes and dramas than me could probably handle this and more before they get half as sad as I am. But other people with a lower tolerance than me, they need help. And I feel like your own inner child, right? I don't know if many people believe in that as a thing, but I always, when I was in my teens, I had conversations with my much younger inner child. When I was in my 20s, I had conversations with my teenage inner child. Now that I'm 42, I don't have many conversations with any of them. As I feel like I have graduated from tethering myself to them to being a steward of their emotional development. Which, I know what I mean, but I say it out loud and it doesn't sound like a thing. it's not a literal multiple personality. It's more like I have adopted another personality that is going to take care of them. They had their chance, they had their time, and they're scared and they're sad, and they can't help me, but I can help them. I don't have children of my own. When my parents were my age, they were grandparents. The least I can do is raise those kids right. And this relates to Sterling, too, because I felt like he was the only thing in my life that loved me. Parents and family, some friends, they all love you because habit, maybe, tradition. When it comes to family, not loving family is just not an option. It doesn't happen. Not my family anyway. But Sterling didn't have to love me. He had nothing to gain. He had nothing to lose. And he still loved me. And I knew it. And I loved him, and I know he knew it. But I have to stand on my own 2 feet, real or otherwise. And I'm gonna love him, and I'll miss him forever. I just don't have a choice in that. But I need today to be happier. I'm not gonna be scared away from today, because yesterday wasn't what I planned. And all these parties that I plan, all these gatherings and get-togethers and ways for people to hang out and be together, I don't plan on giving that up. But I have to make room in my life to be here today, not just there tomorrow. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, but it's a good start to know what I need to do. I can't wait to put this down in my journal. Not sponsored, but BetterHelp. It's a good resource. Sometimes it's a very necessary resource. Yeah. And I'll write it down, and hopefully, not just verbally, but in my head, as I write it in actual words, I'll make it stick a little bit longer. Let's get this. We've got it. Bye, guys.